Hey there everybody, this is Robin with Creative2xmom, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you what is in our fall morning basket. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin and this is Creative2xmom. This channel is all about homeschooling, parenthood, and thriving in the day-to-day. And speaking of thriving, adapting, being flexible, I am in my car today because life has just been that crazy that this is the only place and time that I can find to film is while I am driving the mom taxi. So I hope you will ignore the background and take this video for the content that it is. In the past, I have shared with you guys sort of my monthly videos about what is in our morning basket. Morning basket has really become a staple in our routine. It helps us get going in the morning, and it's a good place for me to include all those little subjects that might otherwise not have a place in our day. So for me, it's become a really essential part of our routine. And I thought that this year we're doing things a little bit differently, so maybe I would share once, I don't know, every quarter or once a semester sort of what is in our morning basket. I know a lot of these things are going to continue throughout the year, so maybe only once a semester. But this is what is currently and has been in our morning basket for the last couple of months. We break down our schedule by days. And I know some people will loop schedule their morning basket. We don't, because we have certain things that take longer than others, and certain places that we have to be during the week. So I have those items that will take longer on mornings that we have more time. So on Mondays, well, and I will say this, we always start with a devotional, and we always start with our scripture memory, always. Currently our devotional is Wonder of Creation by Louis Giglio. I am doing a review on that devotional, so that's what we've been using. Prior to that, we were using the Evidence for Christ, and that was a review as well. So I will link my review for that one down below. Actually, I think that doesn't come out till the beginning of November. If it's out, I will link it below. So we are using those as our devotional, and then we do the scripture memory box system, and I've done a video on that before. Right now we're memorizing Psalm 23. Usually we will do a verse a week, but because we're doing a whole chapter, it's just taking a little bit longer this time. And then we rotate through that every day. So that's how we start our morning basket every day, with a devotional and some scripture memory, and then we move on from there. On Mondays, we do poetry, and we do some practical money math. So our poet for the fall semester is Longfellow. So I just picked up a book of a collection of poems from the library. And then as far as the practical money math, I found this series on Rainbow Resources. It's called Life Skills Math. So this is the Checkbook Edition, and we're just doing one page. My older daughter is doing 2 pages a week on Mondays, and this just teaches them how to write a check, how to balance a checkbook, how to keep track of all that, because that's one of those life skills that can sometimes get missed. And I think especially as a junior hire moving into high school, for her it was one of those things that I definitely wanted to go over, and I felt like we could do it together. So that's Mondays. Then on Tuesdays we add in our Fallacy Detective. We used this last year and I really love it. I feel like I am getting just as much, if not more, out of this than my kids, especially concerning our current cultural climate, if you will. It is so easy to get sidetracked and wrapped up, and to get your brain twisted around things that are just fallacies and don't make sense. So to train your brain in that sort of critical thinking, we're doing this one together. I've been surprised how much my 5th grader is getting out of it, and he really enjoys it as well. And then I had this in my stash, and I thought, okay, we'll go through it one last time. It is Manners and Healthy Habits by Rod and Staff. This is from their 2nd grade curriculum, but it's good review. It's good review of good hygiene, how to set the table, saying please and thank you, picking up after yourself. This will probably be the last time we'll go through it, because it is becoming too young, especially for my junior hire, but for the 5th grader as well. So after this we will pass it along, but it's one of those quick, easy. It only takes us a couple minutes every week. On Wednesdays, we do our artist study, and I have been using the schedule from Ambleside Online. So currently, we are just finishing up the Van X. I was not able to find a book or a good resource or anything like that for them, so we've been reading some information off the internet, and we've been using the links from the Ambleside site to find our pictures. We're going to finish up with them probably in the next couple weeks, and then we're going to go to Sandra Botticelli, and this is Getting to Know the World's Greatest Artists. I love this series because they're comedic, they're funny, they have some of the prints, like the actual prints that the artist did, but they also have a lot of cartoon and just funny little tidbits of information. So we will move on to her next, and we will still continue to use the Ambleside links to find the prints online. On Thursdays, we move on to composers, and we have been following the Ambleside schedule from the beginning of the year, but I wanted to go through Handel's Messiah around Christmas time, so I picked up Getting to Know the World's Greatest Composers. We're going to go off schedule, and we're going to go over Handel during I think probably middle of November on through maybe January. We're going to try to follow the Handel's Messiah. I think Cindy Rollins also has a book about Advent and how to follow along with that, so I'm going to look and see if I can get a copy of that to go in our morning basket as well. We did, for the fall, we did Saison, and I had a CD from the library that I've already returned, and then we also got the CD from Rainbow Resources, The Story of Berlioz. I would not repurchase this. It's not been my favorite. It's music and narration, but what I'm finding was really frustrating. We couldn't listen to the whole thing at once, and so I wanted to break it between tracks, and that's not possible. The guy is actually narrating over the break there, and so it's really hard to find a place to stop and re-pick up, and I just don't like the way it's formatted. The information's been okay and the music's really good, but I just don't like the way it's all put together. And then on Fridays, I had these Thinking Tree adventure handbooks, and I needed a place for them in our rotation, but I didn't want to fully dive into them as our main science curriculum, so we're using these on Fridays, and we're working through them. This focuses on, we're in the first part, so we're in flora and fauna right now. I know there's some survival skills later on, but right now it's how to identify certain plants, how to identify medicinal plants, poisonous animals, that sort of thing. So we're working our way through those on Fridays, and we're using the internet, but we're also using these survival skills handbooks by Bear Grylls. These are a lot of fun. He has some interesting information in here and breaks it down in a way that is really accessible for the kids and really accessible for mom. So we have been pairing this with our adventure handbooks. And on Fridays, we take a break from grammar, and each of my kids has a Mad Libs in our morning basket. So they will do a page of Mad Libs, and then we read them out loud to each other and share them. One other thing, so since I'm not doing a monthly themed basket this year, what I am doing, because I think picture books are really valuable for kids learning. So as I'm able to, I am pulling picture books to go along with our Story of the World. Like I said, we're working through volume 1, so anytime I find a picture book that can be slid into our morning basket time, I will do that. And then I also am looking at, if I'm doing a monthly theme, I just theme it in our picture books. So September was apples, and now October is all about pumpkins and Halloween. So I'll just pick up 1 or 2 picture books to share throughout the week on a lighter day. Wednesdays are a lighter day for us. Sometimes Fridays can be a lighter day for us, so I will read us a picture book as well as our typical morning basket subjects. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, music. So I wanted to still continue with the hymns and folk songs, but my daughter hates to sing, and she was dreading that part of our morning time. Now my little guy loves to sing, and somebody had mentioned on one of the groups that they used the song as a call to morning time, so that's what we're doing. I have found a channel on YouTube that I love, and she posts a video of both the hymn and the folk song at the beginning of every month, and so I've just bookmarked those, and we rotate through them every day. So like today we listened to the hymn as the kids were getting their history curriculum together, because we do our Story of the World maps in morning time. They were getting their maps, they were getting their Huck Finn for reading later, and just as they're finishing up what they're doing, they know that they have 2 or 3 minutes to finish up, get their items together, and come to the couch so that we can have morning time together. And during that time I play that song, so they know that when it starts they need to start finishing up whatever they're doing. So that's what's in our morning basket for the fall semester. I am really enjoying, I think my favorite thing right now is I am really loving those adventure handbooks and the Bear Grylls series, and what else? Fallacy Detective. Fallacy Detective will probably always be one of my favorites. I enjoy that one. I'm really liking doing that with the kids instead of having them do it on their own. Leave me a comment down below and let me know, do you do a morning basket? And if so, what are you currently studying? I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye guys.